So this video is going to be about arrays in JavaScript. In JavaScript, arrays are little different compared to any other language like Java, C++, C. In JavaScript, arrays can hold any type of data. In a single array, we can store integer, boolean, string, or any other object. Also, we can store objects also. And arrays are dynamic in JavaScript. This means we don't have to explicitly define what could be the size of what needs to be the size of array. We can at any moment we can increase or decrease the size of array also. So there are different ways of declaring array in JavaScript. One is a literal way in which we simply initialize it with a curl with square brackets, and inside square brackets we can provide our data also. If we don't want any data, we can initialize it with nothing also. And another way is using constructor. If we use constructor for creating an array, then we have to remember that if we pass only one argument, then it is going to be get treated as a length property for that given array. So let's just say if I passed 5 inside of the argument list and not any and only one argument 5 and not any other argument like 5 comma 2 or anything like that, then that 5 is going to be get treated as length for that array, and every index and every value is going to be undefined. So there are different methods in arrays also, like if I want to remove any element at the last of the from the last of the array, then I would use the name of the array, then dot push. This command will simply remove the last element in the array, and I can also add an element at the last of the array by simply using the method dot pop, and inside of the parentheses I can provide the element which I want to add into that specific array. If we look at the return types, then the pop method returns the element that it removes from the last index, and the push method returns the actual length of the array after the modification of the array has happened from the dot push method. And there is a shift and an unshift method also. Unshift method is simply adds whatever the element we have passed in the parenthesis to the starting of the array, and shift method simply removes from the starting of the array. So people say that unshift method is not not as much friendly, as we have to remove every single element stored from before from that specific element by one, and which is a really memory and time consuming tasks, time consuming tasks. But if our operation requires that, then we have to do it either way. And then there is a index of operator which simply returns the index of that specific element that we have passed inside of parenthesis. The syntax would be ar, which means name of the array which we have created, ar dot index of in parenthesis, and inside of parenthesis we provide the name of the element, we provide the value of the element which we are searching for in the array. Let's just say if it didn't found the element, then it is going to return -1. Okay, and then there is array dot include. So array dot include simply returns true or false depending on the value. If it finds the value that we are searching for, that we have been provided into the into the argument for that specific method, which is includes. And there is array dot join. So we find if we returns string input. containing all the elements. So array.join simply returns the string output for all the elements stored in the array, separated by comma also. And there are methods like array.slice and array.splice. Array.slice returns the array.slice expects two arguments. First defines the starting index, and second defines the ending index. It simply returns the values in between for first index and last index, and it does not include the value which comes from the last index. Let's just say we it does not include the value which comes at the last index. Simply it considers last index minus one value. It returns to the point of last index minus one values. Let's just say we go index out of bound from, if we take any value which increase which exceeds the size of the array. In that case, it simply returns to the array that we get from this method simply is from the starting index to the end, to the last element possible, last element present in the array. So how, and there is another method which is array.splice. So what does array.splice does? Array.splice is somewhat similar to the to this also to this array.slice, but they are entirely different. When we use array.slice, it does not change the actual array, but if we use array.splice, it changes the actual array. So it also expects two arguments, as the array.slice is starting index and end index, and in array.splice it includes the last index element also. So we are searching for, if we are providing 1 to 3, then 1 to 4, then it is going to include the element from 1 2 3 and 4 index also, and it will simply remove those elements and going to return us the array which we can store in a different variable, and it is going to remove those elements from the existing array. So array.splice modifies the array, and whereas array.slice only returns the index and it does not actually change the current array. So then there is another method which is array.from. So array.from converts, if converts the value which we have provided in the argument to a new array. Let's just say we provided a string to it, it is going to convert that string into individual element book. It will convert every single element present, every single letter inside of every single alphabet or a symbol in a single element and return us the new array. And index, and there is another method which is array.off. So array.off returns also returns us array from different values that we provide to it. Let's just say we in array.from we provide only single argument, but in array.off we can provide multiple arguments, and every single argument going to be treated as a single element for that, for the new array. And one method is array.isArray. It checks, and array.isArray is to check that provided value is a valid array or not. So, and another method is array.concat. So what is concat used for? We use concat to merge two arrays. Syntax would be array1.concat parentheses and array.2 inside of those parentheses, and it will return a new array, array3, which is going to be containing all the elements from array1 and array2 inside a single array. And there is array dot flat also, which whose syntax would be ar dot flat, array dot flat, and ar dot flat, and inside of parenthesis we provide to which level we want our array to get flattened. Let's just say the array is nested to 4 to 5 levels, and we want simplification of the array till 4. Then we'll provide the value 4 inside of the arguments as the argument to that function, and it will return us the new array, and it will simply return us the new array, which is going to be simplified, flattened. And the most convenient way to merge two or more than two arrays is using spread operators. Simply we have to pass whatever amount of arrays that we want to merge together inside of square brackets, and we have to write the name of the array by following three dots separated by comma. It will simply return us the combined combination of all those present combination of elements present in all those arrays in a single array. And yes, this is all for now.